Hi y'all, it's Andrea from Sewspire.com, and today I am here to show you how to sew this beautiful tote bag. What makes this bag unique is the front and the rear exterior pocket, which is sandwiched in between these webbed handles. It has a canvas base for durability. It's totally machine washable, and this comes together in a jiff. Before we get started, some of you have been inquiring about the Haymarket Day or craft fair display that we started. We got part one of the series done, and then plans changed with the hurricane. I don't want you to think I forgot about you. I do want to show you how the display is coming along. You'll see a lot of the Sewspire projects on there, and I will be sure to capture footage from that event and revisit that series and talk about pricing and all the other good things that we were going to talk about. But just know a lot of the projects that we've been making the last couple weeks are making it onto this display. So I'm going to go ahead and add this gorgeous bag to this display. And of course I have, this is an 8-foot fabric covered ladder. And what I'm using to hang the bags on here are shower curtain hooks. This was a gorgeous clutch that we made last week, and so I just put those hooks on there, and you can see how that really fills in. I want to show you the entire display there, so forgive the shakiness while I walk you around so you can see this. Okay, so off the back here, I have also with shower curtain hooks, I have suspended some fun wire baskets, and inside of those we have some planner covers here, and there are tutorials for that on Sewspire.com, several different versions. And then we have my camera strap covers in the bottom basket. We have that gorgeous bag we just made, our round bucket bag. This little bag here was going to be a tutorial. It's rather complex, so that's still on the drawing table. The clutch from last week, our large press lock bag, our smaller press lock bag. And then when you come around to the front here, I thought it was cute to add that little open sign there. And then I have some more of my camera strap covers and the custom camera bags that I began with. And then on this side here, I have some examples of my custom camera strap covers, and those already have monograms on them, but I'm going to bring some fabric to this event and let people choose their fabric, and then I'll make a note of their monogram, and I can go ahead and ship their camera strap cover to them. So that's just going to be another way for me to earn additional revenue from this event. Overall, I think it's pretty close to being done. I may add 1 or 2 more pieces to it, but I'm really happy with how it looks. And now we'll head on over to the sewing table and stitch up this beautiful bag. Okay, so we're going to duplicate this exterior panel, and I have all of the pieces pre-cut here, and the measurements for you will be in the notes. The strap is crafted from a 46 by 1 inch strip of cotton webbing. The pocket is crafted from 2 pieces of cotton fabric that measure 8 by 8. The twill base is crafted from 1 piece of fabric that is 7 inches tall by 18 inches across. And the top accent panel measures 12 inches tall by 18 inches across. So to begin, we're going to craft this exterior pocket. You're going to take the top edge of both panels and press that over 1/2 inch, and then slightly stagger your front panel down approximately 1/4 inch so that you have that nice little accent. Then you're going to top stitch across there and then follow up with a second row of stitching slightly lower to just finish that pocket. And this is what the pocket panel looks like with the double stitching across the top. Then you want to take your top accent panel, find center on that. Of course, the easiest way to do that is fold it in half and just crease that slightly with your nail. Do the same thing with the pocket. And then you're going to center the pocket towards the base of that accent panel with both center lines. And put 2 pins in that to hold. Go ahead and stitch down and across to secure that pocket. Then you're going to take your webbing for your handles and use that to cover up those raw edges of that pocket. And then you want to loop that around, make sure you don't get it twisted. And the base of that webbing will overlap that panel just a little bit so that the handle is nice and secure. And then you're going to run a row of stitching up the interior, across at the pocket, and down the exterior of that strap on both sides to secure it so we can remove those pins. My webbing is secured to that top accent panel. The pocket is secured. I want to take that bottom accent panel. I can never tell the wrong or the right side of twill, so this side looks prettier to me. So I'm going to put that right side spacing. And then I want to pin that in place, aligning the base. You can see the straps are poking out just a smidge. That's what we want. Go ahead and use 5/8 of an inch seam allowance and stitch all the way across that. Then press that nice and flat with those seams facing down. And now I have a beautiful exterior panel that measures 18 by 18. And as mentioned, I have already pre-crafted the second panel there. So I want to back both of these with some quilt batting so that this cotton fabric at the top has some body. I have both of those backed with some quilt batting, and now I'm going to position them right sides facing, and I want to focus on lining up those twill panels on the side. So once I have those aligned, I'm going to put pins in there to keep those aligned. And then you can add a pin at the top and at the center base to hold that all while you stitch. So you're going to stitch down the sides and across the base, again using that 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Then I'm going to trim up all the excess within a 1/4 inch of that stitch line. And then using the fat corner method, I'm going to reach inside of this bag and align that side seam with that base seam. And then I'm going to measure across 5 inches. I personally just use a Sharpie marker and lightly mark a straight line, which I'm going to stitch across there to create that depth, and I will repeat that process with the other corner. Then once you have the corners fashioned, go ahead and trim to the right of that stitch line about 1/2 inch. All right, and now you can reach inside and turn that exterior right side out. So beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous bag. Okay, so now we want to take that top edge. You can remove the pins from the handles. We will pin those back up after we get that top edge folded inward about an inch. And after you have that pinned, go ahead and bring those handles back up so you can keep them straight. We're going to stitch them into that seam at the top. The interior is crafted from 2 squares of fabric, which are 18 inches by 18 inches. You're going to use the same construction method. Stitch down the sides, across the base, and then create that 5-inch corner. So I have the interior ready. I'm going to fit that inside this exterior. I always begin by lining up those side seams, and I have turned that interior edge outward an inch. Okay, and then when you're happy with how that interior sits inside of there, just double check and make sure that your handles are nice and straight and pinned, and you're going to put this on your machine deck and stitch all the way around. Go ahead and reinforce with a back stitch at the handles, and if you like, come in again with a second row of stitching at the handles. And the bag is done. I really love this color scheme. In fact, I wish I could keep it, but as I told you, it is going to be part of my Haymarket Day display, which you saw in the beginning of the video. It's coming along nicely. I'm certain this beauty will sell very quickly. If you like this look, check out the Anna Maria Horner fabrics and the Art Gallery fabrics on Hawthorne Supply Co.com. I'll put the link to that in the notes. It was an absolute pleasure to sew with you. I will be back again in a week with another inspired project for you. Until then, as always, please know the creative genius in me will be celebrating the creative genius in you. Have a beautiful week, everyone.